So you want to build serious muscle. You want to pack on serious muscle, but you don't know how. That's the problem. So you tried searching on YouTube, but the advice from these fitness influencers is very fucking questionable. Like, what the fuck is McDonald's and KFC doing in that meal plan, bro? You know that shit's not gonna work. And then what's worse, they tell you to dirty bulk and eat a shit ton of garbage processed foods that you know are bad. So you follow their advice anyway, and you look way worse than before. So now you just want something that's simple, easy to understand, sustainable, and most importantly, healthy, and will help your body look amazing in the long run. Well, don't worry, I got you. The advice and the principles that I'm going to be giving you in this video is what helped me pack on serious muscle. And if that sounds like you and you finally want to start making serious gains, then you're going to want to watch this video. Before we get started, if you would like to work with me one-to-one in my new fitness program that I just released, click the link in the description box below and let's get right into it. The first principle that will get you serious muscle gains, and not muscle from fucking dirty bulking where you gain fat and muscle. Lean bulking is basically the opposite of that. Lean bulking, you lose fat and you build muscle at the same time. How fucking amazing is that? And this is what I use to get in shape. So now how do you lean bulk? Lean bulking is basically a slight caloric surplus. Most of these unhealthy fitness influencers will tell you, oh, have a major caloric surplus. The fucking problem with that is you're going to be gaining fat also. You're going to be looking like shit following their diet advice. Listening to my diet advice will get you into the best shape of your life. So how do you implement lean bulking? Basically, whatever your maintenance is, and the way you find out your maintenance is going on a body weight calculator. You put in your stats, 5'9", 160 pounds. You'll find out what your maintenance is. Let's say it's 2,300. Lean bulking is you just added plus 200 to that caloric surplus. It's as simple as that. And following this advice will get you in shape. So the next principle that I'm going to be telling you is, okay, what foods do I shop for that help me build muscle? Because there's so many terms that I've heard in the fitness industry say, you know, eat this certain amount of protein and do this. Bro, you do not need to know about the specific grams of protein that you should be eating because you're a fucking beginner. Do you fucking give with kindergartners, and you want them to learn math, do you fucking give them algebra to start off with? No. You teach them 1 + 1. You teach them 1 - 2. You teach them the simple shit first. So you just want to be eating a shit ton of protein. Do not worry about the specific grams of protein. You're going to overcomplicate that little brain of yours. So just eat a crap ton of protein. So if you're just going to be eating a meal that's full of carbs, make sure to add a lot of protein. Let's say you're having rice. Okay, let's add some mince. Let's fry up the mince, add some chilies, add some salt. You feel what? You get what I'm saying? Add proteins to every single meal. And for snacks, instead of eating those shit garbage processed, disgusting Lay's chips, have biltong, have beef jerky, man. You want to implement as much protein into your diet as possible. If you're similar to me, and you're not really a numbers guy, which you probably aren't, and there's no shame in that. What I do is, after I'm finished eating dinner and I'm satiated, I'll just ask my mom to dish up an extra spoonful of food and just eat a little bit more. You get what I'm saying? And once that gets easy, which it will in time to come, you just got to be fucking patient. The amount of protein that you're going to want to eat per body weight is 0.8 grams. It's not 1 gram. It's not 0.5 grams. It's 0.8 grams. That's the best amount of grams of protein that you're going to want to eat that will help you build muscle per body weight. That is what will help you make serious gains as well. But first, just worry about eating a shit ton of protein. That's how you start off with. And then later on, once that stuff is easy to understand and you know that you're supposed to be eating a shit ton of protein, then you can start calculating the grams per body weight. I personally don't count the amount of grams of protein that I eat. I just make sure that I'm eating a shit ton of protein. And When I'm satiated, like after eating dinner, I'll just ask for a spoonful extra of food and I still see gain. So you can apply this to your diets as well. The next principle is ties with what I was telling you earlier with lean bulking and eating a shit ton of protein is how do you find organic meals that aren't ultra processed? You do that by following this 5-ingredient rule, which I teach in my program. And it's the 5-ingredient rule. The 5-ingredient rule is basically if you cannot name at least 5 of the ingredients, you're not going to want to fucking eat it. Simple as that. If you see some weird phosphates, you see red 40, and you see colorants and all that bullshit, and you can't understand what the fuck is going on in that ingredients list, do not fucking eat it. You're better off. You do not know what you're putting in your body at that point. Okay? Now that you know what foods are processed, how do you go for the organic foods? What is the alternative? Basically, you want to go for single ingredient foods where the food is the ingredient. Instead of you buying those pussy ass, disgusting ass frozen chips that are filled with all of these preservatives, you just buy the fucking potato. It's simple as that. You don't buy the frozen cut steak in those weird boxes. You go and you buy the steak from the butcher. It's as simple as that. And a bonus tip that I want to give you is instead of shopping for the single ingredient foods, the single ingredient things at superstores, although that is a viable option, you are going to want to shop at farmers markets. Yes, it'll be a little bit more expensive, but this is your health we're talking about. And you buying from farmers markets is going to give you that added advantage. You understand? Because the stuff is ethically grown, like the chicken eggs, for example. The mothers weren't fucking locked up in these weird, almost dystopian-like cages where they get fed with preservatives and they get fed with chicken feed instead of them eating grass and insects. The eggs from farmers markets, the parents are raised in a way that chickens are supposed to live. They're getting sunlight, they're eating grass, they're eating what they're supposed to be eating, and they're not locked in these pent-up cages where they're filled with antibiotics and preservatives. So shop at farmers markets. And a third tip that a lot of these fitness influencers don't tell you is do compound exercises. In my program, I dive into the specifics of what exercises to do to help you build a lean and aesthetic physique at home. But what do I mean by compound exercises? We want to do exercises that target multiple muscle groups like push-ups, squats, pull-ups. You get what I'm saying, right? You want to do compound exercises because think of it this way, right? Lean bulking. Let's think of a skyscraper, right? To build a skyscraper, you need the building material, okay? That's lean bulking. And the workers are going to use that material to build a skyscraper. That's you doing the exercises. So you're building yourself up. You're sculpting yourself basically, right? You have the marble and you have the sculptor. The sculptor is you doing the exercises. The marble is you eating clean and lean bulking. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to want to do compound exercises alongside the lean bulking. And there's tons of other videos in my channel where I talk about specific exercises to grow specific body parts. And you following my advice will get you in shape. And if you want to take your fitness journey even more seriously, join the fitness program in the description box down below. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss an upload of mine. And you liking this video supports me as a small content creator. It lets me know what videos are doing well, and I would greatly appreciate it. Follow my advice, and it will change your life for the better. That's it for today's video. God bless. Mwah.